Hi, everybody. Stephen.
Lisa.
Palm Springs New Year's 2019. Thank you for having us. It's exciting to be here.
And today we taught our pro-opposition class, a little bit of a play on our Roaring Twenties theme. But we chose 3 different patterns where we could play with some different ideas of opposition. To start the pattern, we got a couple of basics just to give ourselves momentum before we jumped into the combo. So we started with starter step, into our inside roll, to our sugar push, and then we began with our slingshot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then into our left side pass, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Yeah? So we talked about with our slingshot, we got that double hand hold getting into it, and we went 1, 2, 3, and we stopped on 3, focusing on our body placements, making sure that our hips were parallel to each other, that we're not over-rotating, trying to face our partner. Followers, we did a little bit of a check with our left foot to make sure that we were fully settled over the right? So I don't want to take too big of a step that forces me to be a little bit split weight. So I stepped 3, 4, he brought me in, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And you notice, leads for the footwork as far as how much I'm stepping. I'm really mostly focusing on shifting my weight over the foot I need to properly oppose her. So in this first slingshot, I'm going over my right foot, trying to do this gradually. And then when I go to bring her into this opposition, I'm going over my left foot. And then I just go 1, 2 at the very end to make sure I'm on the correct foot.
Yeah, followers, we also talked about kind of delaying that settle just to fill time, right? We didn't want it to be too abrupt where we went 1, 2, hit. Yeah? Since we were dancing to a little bit slower music, we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we kind of milked those moments in between.
And one final thing, leads, as far as your frame is concerned, I don't keep my frame super low and narrow like this. That makes it a little bit harder for her to feel that I'm leading this slingshot. I actually like to widen my frame a little bit. So I go 1, 2, and you can see my frame is widening. I'm expanding it just a little bit. It makes it easier for her to feel, and it makes it so she doesn't have to go quite as far to get that opposition. So then next we went into the next pattern, which we never really figured a name out for.
We had one suggestion to call it a smoothie, since
Oh, really?
it's such a smooth pattern. So anyways, we went into still past the left side where we changed hands for 1, 2, hitting up by the wrist. Yes? And then we opposed each other for 3, 4, 5, and 6. So followers, again, we talked about the hip placement, making sure that we're not trying to square up to our follow too soon, that we actually take our time over there. And we even added in a little bit of a ronde if you wanted to fill the time that way, followers.
And my focus as a lead, once again, is focusing on this opposition. Sometimes I even sink into my leg a little bit to get additional connection from my core.
And then the last move we did was an over-rotated left side pass where we added an extra 180 degrees.
So at this point, we're right to right. And we would start with a right side pass, which would look like this, 1, 2, left side pass, 5, and 6. The difference is we're going to go ahead and put a very light touch on the hand. We're not pushing, but we're just helping to continue the rotation that she already has to do in that pass. So we're going 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. And we talked a little bit about how we're playing off of connection. It's not a purely rotational move where we're moving in a circle, but I'm first giving her energy, and then I'm going to take the energy and ride it to the very end of the pattern.
Right. I go, he goes.
So we're going, she goes, I go. Now, a more advanced version of this pattern that we talked about that we never quite got to in the class was we went 1, 2, I'm going to not triple and just slide around. And what I'm doing there is when I first send her out, 1, 2, is I'm, once again, opposing with my hip. And I'm just bringing my left foot out right here. Boom, step, step. It's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm ready for the next pattern.
Yeah. So one more time, the whole combination together. We have our starter step, to our inside roll, to our sugar push, to our slingshot, to our smoothie, into our over-rotated left side pass.
And that's it.
Thank you, guys.
See you next time.